And the most resounding person that I am right about is Baker Mayfield. We're back to it. I don't talk a lot about him as much anymore because, quite frankly, he's not very good. He's not very interesting, and the team sucks. Nobody really cares about Carolina. I mean, actually nobody. Clemson is 100% a more popular football program in that region. I think South Carolina would give them a run for their money in that region. I mean, seriously, nobody cares about Carolina, myself included. But every now and then it's nice to just kind of shower in my greatness at this point. I said this from almost the day he walked in the league. He's not very big and he's not very athletic. He's kind of arrogant. And I agree that he's tough, Right? Nobody denies he's tough, playing hurt, all that. Throws a decent football at times. Somewhat likable occasionally. I found him rooting for him in week 1 against the Browns. Never thought I'd say that, but it's true. But in the locker room, and between the white lines, he doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't have the emotional toughness to deal with being a franchise quarterback. He doesn't. And he doesn't have the skill to overcome issues, right? Oh, you have a problem with the medical staff. Let's go on national television at my press conference and rip them in public. Dude, what are you thinking? Oh, I don't love that we called this play in the first quarter. Let's go rip my coach at a press conference. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what actually crossed your head to get there? And he ruined the best situation he's ever had. Shockingly, with the Cleveland Browns. I never thought I'd say that the best situation someone could have was playing for the Cleveland Browns, but it's true. At one point, he had a top 5 offensive line. I'd argue even closer to top 3. A top 3, maybe even best running back tandem in the league. A coach of the year, 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, 2 good tight ends, a top 5 pass rusher, a top 10 secondary. I mean, you gave Jared Goff less than that and he got to a Super Bowl. Baker won 1 singular playoff game. One. And to be fair, his defense gave him, 3 touchdowns that game?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
A short field a couple times as well. I mean, you could have threw Tim Tebow out there, he probably would have won. Right, and Jared Goff, notice how he's doing significantly better at his second stop, which, by the way, is in Detroit, people. It's in Detroit. Right, the Lions, who have been arguably even worse than Cleveland over the last, forever. Since they've been founded, basically. Look, Baker's always been a bum. I'm not pulling any punches here. I'm not. I want all of his little fanboys to hear it. He's not good. He's done, point blank. Like, this is it. If he makes it through the season as a starter, I will be astonished he will not get another starting job. It won't happen. If you ask yourself tomorrow, who would you rather have, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, or Baker Mayfield to start for my football team? Baker, if you did the little bench start cut game, Baker is getting cut every day of the week. It's not even close. It's not even an argument. Right, I want everybody in those comments and every Baker post we've ever put out there, go pound sand. How's it feel now? Really, how's it feel? Now that Baker's in a real NFL situation with an average offensive line, average weapons, an coach that we don't know about. You know who else had that? Who had an coach and an average, actually terrible offensive line, not very good defense, decent weapons, probably better than decent, but still. Joe Burrow, who got to the Super Bowl, it's fine. Same division. Just saying. I mean, this is the performance that you get because this is what Baker is. He's an absolute bum. He's done. He's done, and I have never really rooted for somebody's downfall, but for the sake of Baker's fans, I can't wait for him to never start a game in the NFL again, and I don't have to talk about him because I'm so sick and tired of talking about how mediocre and how bad he has been. Thank you. That is it.
It feels good
it feels fantastic.
To kind of revive the Baker hate a little bit. We've taken a slight break from it. He, as you mentioned, has kind of died out a little bit since he moved down to kind of boring. Nobody really cares about, Carolina. So it feels good to kind of, get the energy back up in the room with the Baker Mayfield topic. No, but I don't see him really ever starting again. People forget how good he had it in Cleveland. And I think that's like the biggest misprojection in the world because they look at him, oh, well, he did this in Cleveland. He was able to win a playoff game here. Yeah, he was able to win a playoff game with one of the best rosters in football that he couldn't even elevate. Put any other quarterback in that system. I bet you Cleveland probably has a Super Bowl.
I agree.
If you could find at least a competent quarterback that knew how to win, like you put a Joe Burrow in Cleveland. You kidding me? They blow the Rams out.
Yeah.
They don't lose to the Rams.
Well, people thought it was crazy, right? So Wentz was looking for a spot. Baker was looking for a spot this past offseason, and when Wentz got picked up by Washington, I said, yeah, I mean, Wentz has his flaws, but he He's a good dude. He's got the
Yeah.
talent, right? Everyone, oh, Baker's way better. Like, no, this is kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Right? This is kind of how it goes.
There are a lot of Baker fanboys in the comments.
I mean,
They've been quiet recently, though. They have quieted down a tad.
I mean, like, if you need to hear anything else, just go throughout the league and look at some teams that are choosing to go with quarterbacks instead of Baker, right? Geno Smith, Daniel Jones.
Like teams that were interested, at least a
Well,
little
I guess
bit.
Justin Fields is young, so, you're going to give him a shot. Mac Jones. But, look, there's, like, I had 3 or 4 teams, kind of going blank here, but I had, like, 3 or 4 teams where it's, like, they're choosing to go with, like, an old Matt Ryan. You can't tell me that Baker's not better than an old Matt Ryan, because
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah.
From a pure talent standpoint. But he never shows up.
Or like,
That's
or in Atlanta with
Atlanta,
Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. That's a perfect one. That's exactly what I was thinking of, right? Like, those are the things. Ask yourself right now, do we really think Baker's worse than them? No. But those teams actually said, I'll pass. Thanks, though. Like, that says a lot more about Baker.
And took the less talented guy
than I think.
to avoid some of the mess and the drama that comes with Baker.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, that was kind of just a little bit